The Tucson City Council had a packed agenda for the afternoon study session on May 21st. Items relevant to Tucson Southsiders include the city's expansion of its central business district boundaries, the city's paving the way for a new micro-hospital on the southeast side of town, and the city directing Tucson Water to move forward with plans to upgrade the TARP water treatment plant. First up, expanding the central business district boundaries allows for the city to extend GPLET powers to new areas of town. GPLET stands for Government Property Lease Excise Tax, and in a nutshell, the city agrees to relieve developers of property taxes for some time, typically 8 years, in exchange for developing and increasing a property's value. Recent GPLET lease agreements include 1 West Broadway, Gibson Market, and the Stone Avenue Homes Development Project. If approved at a future meeting, the nearly 60% boundary expansion will aid the city in spurring development in these areas, which includes South 6th Avenue from Grandy to the city of South Tucson, and Park Avenue south of 22nd Street all the way down to 36th, as well as a number of other areas. Next, the City Council unanimously approved drafting a development agreement for the Project Micro under the Primary Jobs Incentive Program. This development is for a micro-hospital on the city's southeast side located at 7401 South Wilmot. A project of the Carondelet Network in St. Joseph's, this 35,000 square foot hospital, if completed, is expected to provide much-needed access to emergency and acute care to Southeast Siders and the neighboring communities of Vail, Rita Ranch, Corona de Tucson, and Littletown. Lastly, the City Council heard from Tucson Water Director Tim Tomier about increasing the TARP treatment plant's capacity to strip PFCs from groundwater. PFCs, also known as PFAS, are a class of chemicals used in the manufacture of numerous products including firefighting foam and products with nonstick surfaces. Tucson Water tests for 2 PFCs, PFOS and PFOA, out of thousands in use today. The TARP plant, located at Irvington and I-10, was originally designed to clean up a 4-mile-long plume of TCE caused by Hughes Aircraft's decades of waste dumping into the desert ground. And now Tucson Water will modify existing granular activated carbon vessels and add 6 more to clean the PFCs. Tomier said the utility has been able to get the levels of PFOS and PFOA down to 4 parts per trillion. The EPA's health advisory level is currently set at 70 parts per trillion. It has not been determined who is responsible for the PFCs found in the historic plume. The city of Tucson has joined a class action suing 3M for manufacturing aqueous firefighting foam composed of PFCs and used by Davis-Monthan Air Force Base for decades in firefighting training. Wells located north of the Air Force Base contain high levels of PFOS and PFOA, prompting the city's lawsuit. According to Tucson Water, those wells have been shut down. Tucson Water will also be drilling a 10th remediation well located at South 13th Avenue in Iowa to more rapidly clean TCE. The additional well is expected to shorten total TCE cleanup time by a decade, according to the utility director. Stay tuned to Tucson Del Sud News as we continue to track these and other city developments relevant to the Tucson South Side.